Good morning. Happy Friday Live at 10:05. If you didn't know, now you do. Your holistic stress and anxiety coach was actually a poet laureate, and because of that part, I'm going to read you a love poem from Lord Byron today as just a little something special on Valentine's Day. And before I do, something that was such a gift this morning that I gave to myself, which I never ever get to do, and I'm wondering if you ever do this or if you've even ever thought of this, is when I woke up, I didn't jump out of bed, I didn't spring out of bed, I actually just laid there and looked around for a little bit. I actually did something that I taught yesterday that's a really great way to start your morning, and that's eye stretches. So it's really good for calm. If you're ever really stressed out, this isn't something just for mornings, but when you wake up, you look far to the right without turning your head, and then you look far to the left without turning your head. And doing these little muscular eye stretches is a signal to your brain to bring your body into parasympathetic relaxation response if you're ever overwhelmed or overly stressed or overly anxious. So starting our day with a little gift like that, especially when we're so used to starting our day, checking our email, jumping up, running out the door, maybe it's something that you don't do anymore, and just leaning back into that appreciation, because I know as somebody who was a teacher, as somebody who every single day before I was even a teacher was always springing out of bed and running off to do something first thing in the morning, it's something that when I get to do it, it definitely feels like a gift. So I am going to read you a poem that I've loved for a really long time. It's called She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. And if you didn't know this, I thought this was funny when I was looking this up. Lord Byron was the swashbuckling playboy of his time. He was known for having some exotic, wild lifestyle activities going on, and he was a big old womanizer and heartbreaker. So this is his poem, and he's known for a lot of the romance stuff. So this is called She Walks in Beauty. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er her that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. I have always loved that poem. I think there's a certain grace to it, a certain calm to it. It's a little bit lighter if you're not familiar with reading a lot of poetry, because a lot of it is just like dissecting a frog in science terms. There's a lot more beneath the surface, but that one I think carries a grace and a lightness with it, just from reading it through one time. So my friends, this Valentine's Day, I wanted to give you a little love, a little act of love, and be that reminder to you that whatever you're doing today, I think celebrating love for ourselves, celebrating the love we get to bring into our life. I think that's something that we want at the heart of a lot of the actions that we take. We take a lot of go-arounds to get there, but it's so easy to get so caught up in all the other things and get so far removed from it, when in reality we all actually want the same thing. So let this be a reminder that I'm always thinking of and always bringing my perspective back to, that for all the differences and uniqueness in our bodies and our minds and our views and our challenges and how we're brought up, I think there's a lot that we share and a lot that we all really want. There's a lot of similarity there. So happy Valentine's Day wherever in the world you're celebrating. It feels like 80 degrees where I am in southern SoFlo down here in southern Florida. So with that, I wanted to meet you at a slower tempo, something that I did a whole big masterclass on yesterday, health and the speed and tempo that we bring into our life. So that's something that I always want to bring a little bit more of into your life, since I know how connected that is to our best health and feeling great. All right, my friends, lots of love, and always message me. If I think of you, I'm always doing my best to message you. And I'm here for you if you have any questions or you need a little extra love today.